Hold it straight up. Okay, straight up and down.
No, so put your hand, hold on, look at me, do it like this, and put your thumb out. Yep, and wait for it to give you, now it should be locked onto you. Let go, put your hand down. Now move around. Okay, come back, it must have taken off. So do it again until you get those lights, and then take your hand down immediately after. Put your hand down. Reset it. Okay, now do your hand. There you go, now move your hand. Now walk around. Vince, you might have to auto lock it, I don't know.
Yeah, just stand there. Move down.
There you go. Morning, George.
Hey everyone, we're about to get started here. Just give us a few more minutes. We're getting all set up.
Nobody can hear the people here, they can just walk around until it started.
Good morning. I know it's so windy out today.
It is. I had some lawn chairs around the yard in weird places.
I know. I just said, dang, this is crazy. Because I knew that it was going to be windy, but I didn't pay attention. And then I opened my windows super early in the morning and my blinds start going. So,
Started at 4 o'clock.
this morning,
I remember
yeah, it
that.
was like 5 o'clock whenever I opened up my windows when I woke up. And so I just said, well, it's just going to be one of those days. I don't care.
Should have policed the yard.
I haven't been in my backyard, so hopefully I don't have stuff thrown all over the place.
Everything you size, you will.
Yeah, I know that on trucks are right here, if you're in the far lane over there, one of the trees, the smaller trees, a portion of it was hanging out in the furthest lane over there. So, bugger.
That's scary.
Still looking. So it needs to stay low.
It should.
Did you call it my friends? And do you have your open house thing? For the QR code? The property page? No, the open house one doesn't because it was having problems. So I didn't have time to screw around with it.
Okay, I think we're pretty much ready at this point. Hello everyone. We are getting started here. We're on day 3. I'm Vince Calapano. I'm the Market Center Tech Trainer. We have,
Helen Tischhauser, agent.
yep, there you go. So what we're going to do today is we're going over the technology portion of this, part of the follow-up of things that we do suggest you try to implement or use while doing your open house. So really the first thing that we're going to talk about, we're really just going to help you organize your open house and make your follow-up a little bit more efficient. During your open house, you're going to collect a lot of data. Really, you need to have a good way of collecting that data, storing that data, and then filtering that data for you to use as part of your follow-up. Part of your follow-up is going to make you more efficient with them. Hold on, let me close some doors here. Make your follow-up a little bit more efficient, so you have a better way of doing it, being able to contact those people that you met. So Rich had talked about on the first day doing Facebook ads. Helen does a lot of Facebook ads when it comes to open houses. I'm going to let her really speak to how she does her ads, when she does them, and her best practices on that, and then we'll keep moving forward with it. So go ahead and pull up an ad, or
Yeah, just pull up that portion of the command. So basically, when I find my open house, what I do is I try to have it for Tuesday or Wednesday. Sometimes it's not, feasible to get it that soon. But whenever I get that, I go in and make sure in command that it's able to be pulled over so you can create that ad.
So you said when you get your open house, you get Tuesdays or Wednesdays?
I try to make sure that I get it Tuesday and Wednesday because I want to put that ad out there as soon as possible, saying, hey, I'm posting an open house Saturday, Sunday from this time to this time. And when you do it through command, it does not technically go live until the next day, but they usually throw it out there. Facebook usually puts it out there the same day that you put it in, so the sooner you get it in. So if I put it in on Thursday, they say it's not going to go live until Friday. So it just drives more traffic for you once you guys have that put in there. So you can see here that I have a few ads in there. So basically, it was either Tukaroo, whichever one that you want to choose. When you go into command, it allows you to pull that over because it's not your listing, it's another agent's listing. It allows you to pull it over, and it has the picture. It has all the information from that house pulled from their listing. So this portion, like right here, this is stuff that I type in myself. Okay, so as soon as you get, hey Vince, can you do a generic one so they can see what we're talking about?
when you create that.
Yeah, when you create it. So you see right there, up in the corner right there, it says create campaign, and then you're going to go to social ad. So you put whichever one it is, and obviously we're going to do a test. Can you do advertise listing?
Like Facebook, if you want to do it on Instagram, you can also choose to put it
Right.
on Instagram as well as Twitter.
Yeah, I usually just pull Facebook just because you have different parameters when you put Instagram in there, and it doesn't always pull all of the information on an Instagram one the same way that it pulls it from Facebook. So you need to switch over here where it says show, and then you want to show all listings so it pulls everybody. So we don't want it. We want to have something that's in Sacramento. So
Yeah, we're just gonna
see.
select something right now because
Yeah. And so it gives you the name up there. So see here's right here. So what I was saying is this is stuff that you would type in right there is over on this side. So you've got your text. So on headline, and that's where I type in open house. And then down below is where I put like the time, and I still put the address, even though it normally pulls that address over. Click on the link when it says learn more. I put the address, I put the time, anything that is going to help people see what that ad is. And then underneath, where are we at, Vince? Address, time. Yeah, go ahead and hit save. And then go down to configure. See how it shows the first picture that's right there? You can add more pictures in there. I don't add any more because it just makes it look too busy.
So here's a little bit more info on this. When you're running an ad for someone else's listing, if it's live on MetroList, all the pictures that they've added to MetroList will show up. So you can go in and select a different picture if you want to. If you don't like the headline picture that they have put there, you can go in and select another picture.
Yeah, you can.
So that's just an added thing there. So we're not going to change anything there. The next big thing that you need to have is your logo here, DBA logo, and then also include your ownership statement.
Yeah, you need to make sure that you do that.
Yeah, and then I always just for sake of mine, I click apply again anyway just to make sure. It just makes me aware that I'm making sure I'm hitting that.
And then make sure you hit save. And then you go down to your next one and you configure that. So if you don't have your Facebook business page set up, you won't be able to do this. So you need to have your Facebook business page set and then click on select. So I always choose the one that says Facebook lead generation. And then
It defaults to this right from the beginning, and there's a reason why we want you to do. If you do site or landing page, they basically can cross right over to whatever you're sending them to. First things first is you will not collect their data unless they contact you. So you don't automatically get their data.
Right.
2, in the Facebook lead generation form, it specifically states that you're giving permission. It asks them or tells them you, people viewing the ad, are giving this person that you're clicking on ad to contact you. It gets you out of the do not call registry loop. They've given you sole permission to contact them. If later on when you contact them and say, hey, I'm on the do not call registry, okay, no problem. You clicked on my ad and therefore I contacted you. If you do not want me to continue contact, I will gladly listen to your statement.
Yeah.
That's just an important thing there. It's a CYA just to make sure that. So that's why we do recommend you.
yeah. So then you have your learn more button.
Another add to that is no one wants to sign up and no one wants to apply. You're going to find that if you use either of these two buttons, you're going to get a lot less people. So always stick with learn.
So into the website URL, that is where we're going to go through on here. Can you?
Yeah.
So basically, if you go to like your web page, your agent site, and then you type in. So mine, obviously, it's got this one on there. This is the last one that I did. So, Vince, you want to go to the just to the site itself, not this one, not the property page.
Oh, you want to go to the agent site?
Yeah. I know you can't see anything because of the streamers.
No,
So what your URL is at the very top, once you go in.
It's difficult for me to do all this at the same time.
I'm sorry, I know, Vince.
Hold on.
So whatever it is, so like Tishhauser Realty Group, if you type that in underneath that and pull it up, then you go to find the house. So whichever house this is, ABC 123 G Street, type that in. And when that comes up in the URL at the very top, there's a specific code that you copy and paste.
So we're just going to grab the property here just because it's easy to do. search your specific property that you're going to do, it's going to show up here.
There it is. So you see that part that's at the very end where it says LST and the numbers? That's the portion that you're actually, oh, sorry, I'm getting a little ahead of myself. Sorry, Vince. You're going to copy that entire thing. Okay, and you're going to put that over here in that URL.
Oh.
Okay, so that will only take them there though if you create the property page.
No,
No.
this is strictly from your agent website. So what happens is they will automatically go to that listing page. The reason why you want to use your agent site is because you want them to stay within your
Right.
ecosystem. So you don't want them going to another agent. You don't want them going to Zillow. You don't want them going to Realtor.com. You want them to stay on your page and search.
As long as possible.
Yeah. The longer you keep them interested in on you, the more likely they'll eventually either A, contact you, B, go to the open house, or C, do something as in sign up on your website or something like that. You're trying to give them as much valuable information right from the start so that they can stay vested.
And if you got a question?
So in order to get that number that you copy and pasted, you have to log into your agent's.
You don't have to log in, you just have to bring it up.
Bring it up and then look for the home.
Yep, as long as the property is live in the MLS,
Yeah.
that property will show up there.
So just click on that property and that number will show up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what you copy and paste into there. So they stay on your page. So if they're going to look for other homes, then they can search for more homes on that page. So all of your information is there. And that particular, your page also, your website also has like contact me, they can sign up underneath you, which then would go into command and then send you a notification saying, oh, hey, somebody just logged in, created an account on your page. So you would get that notification through command. Okay. And then go down.
Here, this has changed a little bit.
Yeah, it did change.
So we now have an auto audience, which is what the standard default setting was before. It's now called auto audience. You also can create a custom audience, and you can save those custom audiences to reuse over and over without having to read. So my suggestion here is leave it as auto audience. The only thing, if you want to change anything, is the square footage or the square mileage that you, for the radius that you would be doing, but that's up to you if you really want to do that. My suggestion is staying with the auto and just increasing radius if you want to. The reason for that is once you start to add more people, add in specific things, it narrows your audience. We want as many people to come view this property. Doesn't matter what their budget is. It doesn't matter where they're buying. It doesn't matter what time frame they're buying. It doesn't matter what interest they're interested in. We want to gather as many people in. The main reason for this is you want to feed your database. And so you want to get as many people into the database. That's the point of this. So if you were to try to narrow this down, you're going to get a lot less people. Be very, very specific to that. And to know whether or not you are narrowing the audience, you have your meter over here. Audience meter. You can see right here, there's a little bar. If we leave it on audio audience, we're in the green, which is good. We're not too broad and we're not too specific. If we get too specific, it goes into the red. We definitely don't want that because it's not going to get in front of as many eyes. If you get too broad, it goes in front of a lot of people, but then you're not really being very targeting very well, and you're probably not going to get people. And this would be like for other states, like if you make it huge and you're crossing over state lines and stuff like that, you're way too broad, and you're not going to get people interested because they're not going to be showing up to that. So being in the green is the most important thing. It also gives you an idea of how many people you're actually touching.
Yeah.
So from
Make
there,
sure you hit save.
Yep.
And then your lead settings. So this is where you can do your auto tags. So because this is the Facebook ad, so my auto tag that is on there will be Facebook. So I created one that says Facebook. So that way, when people click on it and they go in, it shows, you can search on your command after your open house Facebook. Then you can assign the smart plan. However, because I created that tag right there that says Facebook, it will automatically, on mine, Vince, it automatically pulls my zero capper.
Okay.
Facebook plan. So if you go to do that, Vince, go ahead and do it. Go look for zero capper internet lead. There. So that it automatically puts them on a smart plan, so you don't have to do anything with that.
So what she's saying is, before you would have to go back and activate that smart plan on that particular person. You would have to go through and do that for the entire list of these
That
that you
came in.
collected. Yeah, and you would have to do that multiple days, depending on how long the ad ran. Now we don't need to do that. As soon as they come in, the smart plan will start on its own automatically right from there. So you don't have to worry about getting to them super quickly. The smart plan will send that text message, send that email, or send a notification to your command app to call this person.
It does. So it does two things to start out with. It gives you one, call them within 5 minutes from them clicking on it and giving you their information. And then it tells you to send a text message. But all of that information is in there. So there's a preset text message that you can send out to them. So off of the mobile app on your phone, it's easy to do a copy and paste and shoot it over to them from there. If you have a Twilio one, it will automatically send it out through the Twilio number.
So this is pretty much the ad portion. From this point, you're just going to decide on how much you want to spend, how long you want to run it for. Being that this needs to be live, the property needs to be live before you create this ad. You're probably only going to run the ad for maybe 2 or 3 days, depending on when your open house is. So that's pretty much the end of the ad. There's not much more to be built into it at this point. You're just going to save it, you're going to run it, pay for it, all that fun stuff, and that's the end of that. So once we have gotten past that,
What does it say down there, Vince?
well,
Yeah.
just save and then do the
And then you do the budget on there. So basically, it automatically presets it for 10 days. You're not going to want that ad to run for 10 days because you're only going to want that the time slot. So if you get your open house on Wednesday, you go in on Thursday, you're going to say you want it to run for 3 days because it will only, if you're doing the open house Saturday and Sunday, it will only show that it goes live basically on Friday. So if you do it for 2 days, it will cut Sunday off.
Don't worry, if you have any questions,
Yeah,
concerns,
you
or
can-
need to go over this a little bit more about Facebook ad creation, at the end, I'm going to have my information posted up.
Yep.
QR code, so you guys can scan that QR code, send it. So now you're at the open house. You ran your ad, you've done all your pre-stuff, just like Rich talked to you about. You're at the open house, doing what the Triple J's were telling you to do, and you need a form for people to sign in. So this is on Job Forms. It's free. You have the ability to do this all on your own. I just did this and mocked this up real quick. This is a form that you can put on a tablet or on a laptop, and people can sign in, and the data will go to a Google Sheet. Also, with your KW email, you have a G Suite with it, and you can do Google Forms as well. So here is a Google form that I created that is almost exactly like the Job Form one. I just wanted to give you 2 different options to see what you can do. Both of these work exactly the same way. The people go in, enter their information. Anything with a star here is required. And then over on, let's see, you can do that one, Mike, because I lost it. Oh, there it is. Over here on the job form, these are also required as well. It has the stars and collects all the data. So what happens is when they go and put that data in, it goes to a Google Sheet. Now, all the information is automatically put into this this sheet, and as they enter their information, it automatically gets posted into these columns based off of what they answer. And this is both for the Google Sheets and a Google form and the job. So from there, you have two options. You can wait till the end of the day, the end of the open house, take this information, turn it into a CSV and upload it directly into your command. One shot, done, it's in your command at that point. Or you can use a system called Zapier. Zapier is like a webhook system. What it does is it links to this sheet, and it puts all the information from that spreadsheet into command and creates a contact directly for you. With this, you're able to start the open house smart plan. So if they did not come in because of your Facebook ad, came in because of your signs or because of your flyers that you handed out. From here, when it creates the contact, you can have a tag. The tag is right here for open house, and that will automatically start the open house smart plan for you as well. So again, as soon as they come in, they sign the paperwork or fill out the form, they send it. It takes a few minutes. It will go to the sheet. Zapier will see this new information, create the contact and command for you automatically, and it will automatically start the open house smart plan for you. So this is, again, a way to make that data collection simple. It's a way for you to have it organized, and your follow-up starts without you actually having to start it yourself. It will automatically start for you. Again, a way for you to be efficient with your follow-up. If you want to go over this stuff, again, at the end, my information will be there. We're not going to go over the specific steps because there's a lot of stuff there, and we do need to keep moving forward with this, but I just want you to know that this is the kind of technology that's out there. All this that you see here is free. There is no paid, zero money, all free.
This is a
So-
great way, guys, for you to capture the data that you're working so hard by hosting the open house for, right? Like there's nothing worse than having a successful open house, having people there, but then failing to either collect their name, their phone number, their emails, etc., and not being following up on it, right? That immediate gratification of setting up a plan through command, of having a text sent out, like it was a pleasure meeting you today at the open house, looking forward to catching up with you tomorrow or Monday or whatever it is. There's a lot of automation you can set up with this.
And with this too, you have the ability to not worry about it. You're at the open house, you need to, another, you can add as multiple tags there. You're at the open house, you need to be building those relationships, not worrying about, did I get their information? What do I got to do with their information next? You can continue being you, building that relationship, talking to them, and knowing and trusting the technology is going to take care of it.
Yeah.
That's the next big thing with that. Because I can tell you when you do it and you're worried about, did they sign in? Did I get all the information? Oh my God, what do I got to do next? You're not focused on them at that point. And you're going to probably not build that relationship right.
And you can also, which is what Vince has right there, 483, that
43 Lug Lane, this is
Lug
one of the open
Lane.
houses I did, yeah. So you can go in and create as many tags in this spot here and tag those in the command contact. So you, again, filter however
Filter
it
and
is you want to
search.
filter that.
so you can follow up with those people directly from that open house.
So what we have next, Rich kind of talked about this. I'm going to come over here real quick with his flyers. He was going door knocking, doing that kind of stuff, and he was handing out flyers. He was talking about papering the neighborhood and stuff. You can also put a QR code on that flyer, and what that QR code will go to is all the open houses in the area that are coming up. So I'm going to put that on your flyer, have a little arrow that goes, scan me for open houses in the area, or open houses in the area. This way they're going to try to contact. That code will go to your agent website and show only the houses in the specific area that you choose that have open houses coming up. Again, another way to give valuable information using technology that you don't have to pay for to try to get more people to go to more open houses or to contact you to get that list. So we've got that as well.
Yeah, and Vince will also do those same QR codes throughout the open house. He'll have them like taped like on mirrors so they can scan it. Because when they're signing in, and if you have that there for them to scan, a lot of them don't want to stay right there. They want to go do their own thing. So if you have them posted throughout the house, then they can take it and scan it while they're there, and it comes up again, all of your information.
My preference at open houses, I am paper free. It's just easier for me just to bring my tablet and my notepad with me. So this way, if I'm talking to someone, I can jot down some notes real quick about it, or take tally of how many people come in, that kind of stuff. I'm just a paper free person. I don't want to walk in with 100 pieces of paper and then have to worry about them possibly being crumpled up, thrown out outside, that kind of thing. Some people also want to be paper free as well. They just don't want to deal with the hassle of having 17 open house flyers as they're going to different ones throughout the day. So it's really just a preference thing. If you want to have a flyer with you, a paper flyer, by all means, go ahead and do that. Utilize possibly a title company, lender, something like that, who can make the flyer for you as well. There's always those options as well that you do. But for me, when I go in, I go to my agent website, I put in the property, I take that, just like we did before, that URL, but I take that to a QR code generator, put that in, and it pops up a QR code, which you guys will see at the end. And then when they scan it, that automatically brings up the property page with my information. So they're still in my ecosystem. They can still search for other properties. They're not going to go to Zillow. They're not going to go to Realtor, or at least we hope so. So that is for that portion there. Let me go back over here.
I know you're gonna pull. You're gonna pull
I'm doing
that.
double duty here. And then from there, what do we have the open house smart plans. So most of you probably know right now we have the zero cap or open house smart plan. Between me and Amy, created this smart plan. We have all of these scripts, text messages, and emails filled out for you. All you have to do is go in and put in specific information that is for you. So like Facebook or agent website link. If you have an Instagram, that link as well. And I know she was having some issues with that, and I helped her fix that over the past few days and got her set up with that, because she was seeing that she was getting information that just said your website, and it wasn't her actual website that she was trying to figure out how to do. So we got her set up with that. But it tells you everything to do. You don't have to think. That was the reason why we built it that way. The script is there for you. Use it. Read it right off the screen as you're talking to the person. On the command app, you can see the task on your command app when you're talking. Read exactly what it is. Everything's there for you to use. Really want you to utilize it. It is a long smart plan, but we do think it's really good.
Yeah, you just need to make sure that before you attach the smart plan, you actually go in and read all of the different tasks that are set for it, because if you don't have them set up like on a neighborhood search anywhere, it's going to send them an email and it will tell them, oh, hey, what did you think of those homes that I sent to you yesterday or just recently? And then if you don't have them set up on a smart plan, they're going to get that email and they're going to be like, huh? We didn't get anything. What are you talking about? So, and the same thing with the text message. You just need to make sure that you read everything.
So when you go to the smart plans, in the smart plan library, you're going to go to your smart plan, and all the way to the right is the action column. You're going to come over here and click on the pencil for edit. And it will bring up the smart plan. And this is where we want you to go through and just look at it real quick. Here's an app link. You need to make sure that your app link is in there. In this case, this one I believe is mine. You scroll down a little bit, and here we go right here.
Hey, Vince and
Yeah.
Helen. This is Ann. See right there where it says reply to Helen at, and it has her work email. My email in there has my personal email, and I haven't been able to figure out how to change it. So
Okay,
just thought I'd.
That's in your command email, and I will get with you afterwards.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no worries. So yeah, all this stuff is actually
That's me.
I'm in yours. I thought I was in mine.
No, you're in
Okay.
me.
So this is
Okay.
actually her app link. So in the text message that it sends out, it's going to also send the app link so they can click on it and download her app specifically. She's got her information over here. for her business stuff. These little things here are going to pull your information automatically that's in your marketing profile, so you don't have to type your name
Yeah.
and over again. But as we go through, all that kind of stuff is there. All you need to do is just go in and put in specific information. In the default one for the lender, we use Cap City Mortgage. That's ours, our in-house lender. If you work with a specific lender, you're going to go in and change this to go your lender. It's all in here. All you have to do is just go in and change it. And that
Oh,
should
make
be
sure when you change it though, Vince, you're going too fast. Hit the little check.
Oh, yeah,
To
you can
save
always,
it.
yeah, you can always, after you do each one, you can hit the check mark. Make sure that you're saving each portion. Also, I was going to mention at the end, when you're done doing all your edits, do make sure you click save. Make sure you saved all that.
With each square, you have to do it with each square, it's not the whole plan.
Let's see. The consumer app. So as you're talking to your possible leads at the open house, you definitely want to try to share your consumer app. I can't really bring up the screen on how to share it, but in the app, you're going to make sure that you are using yourself as an agent, create an account for yourself, and then you can share your app link, your branded app link to those people. And you're going to want to show them how to find houses or open houses for them to go to. So it's really important that you try to do that. It gets them into your system. It gives you the ability to contact them, share information. So that's definitely another way of using technology to, again, collect that data, organize it, and start your follow-up a little more efficient.
And when they download it, just the same as if like with Facebook ad or them logging into the open house digitally, it will go into your command and you will get that notification letting you know, hey, you got a lead, somebody just downloaded your app. So you will see that information and then you can send them a text message, right then and there and say, hey, thanks for downloading my app. Is there anything that I can do for you?
And you, with the command app, those specific ones for you've gotten a new lead are push notifications to your phone. So you don't have to go check the command app. You will get a push notification to your phone, just like you do text messages and that kind of stuff. It will let you know, you click on it, it'll bring you right to that contact in the command app. There are some notifications that are read-only within the command app, but these types, you don't have to worry about. That will automatically be pushed to your phone.
And it gives you an email.
Yes, it will also command will also send you an email to the email that you have in the system, letting you know you got a So I wanna ask you guys a question. Out of everything that we've talked about today, what technology do you think you're gonna try to use at your open house? Is there anything that we went over today that you're like, oh my God, I need to implement this right now? All of it? Anyone on Zoom? Anything that you guys saw that were just like, oh my God, I really need to do this?
Vince, I'll say that not necessarily to open houses, but the jot that you explained and pulling that directly into command is going to definitely save me time because I'm, manually moving from one list into command. So that's really helpful.
Right. See, and you can use these forms not just for open houses. You can use these forms for pretty much anything that you're doing lead gen wise. I mean, it doesn't need to be open houses. You can be going door to door and asking them, hey, I'm doing a free event. What would you like to join us? Oh, please sign up so that we can get your information collated so that when we do hand out a prize, I can have it sent to you. Again, just more ways to use technology to collect that data, organize it, and get your follow-up started efficiently. Does anyone have any questions so far? And I don't mean questions on how do I do this. I'm sure those are going to be questions that are going to come up.
Right.
I'm going to save some of that for the end. Right now, what I want to ask is, do you have any questions about using any other technology that you've thought about before, or any other specific things like that? We want to stay away from the how-to right now because we don't want to focus on that.
Questions?
Parv, do you have anything to add?
I think we had some great resources utilized today. Vince, we're definitely not doing the, hey, let's go run an ad or do this today. Are there resources or videos that we can point the attendees to
There
just
are probably
remind them step by step as to the things that were done and how to create that landing page and, picking learn more versus sign up, etc.
So there are some videos from Marty Miller on YouTube. He has a 66-day challenge. He definitely goes over on how to create a Facebook ad. If you join the Command Your Conversion Facebook page, it's run by Nick Baldwin. He is very, very top end when it comes to a high-level user of Facebook ads. He goes over a lot of the stuff that he does, what's successful, what's not successful. The Facebook algorithm changes all the time. All the time. So there's no way to know what's going on at this point unless you're following people that do Facebook ads at a high level. So Command Your Conversion is definitely another spot for you to go. Just go in and request an ad to the group. There's also KW Command Facebook group as well. That is not an official one, but it's mostly KW people and a lot of the regional tech trainers, market center tech trainers, and others that are involved with the technology side that are in that group and answer questions as well. Also with those, you can find out updates as to what's going on with Command and some other stuff as well. For the specific things that we kind of went over today, there's not anything really specific. There may be tutorials to learn how to create a jot form and that kind of stuff. But in the reality is I kind of created this with Helen, kind of testing stuff back and forth. So the putting the stuff on the jot form in the Google Forms was kind of me. The Zapier, I knew how to use it before. I kind of just went through and tested it myself. If you're not very heavy on the technology or just really need help with it, I do suggest you probably get in contact with me and we can sit down on a one-on-one and we can do a needs analysis and figure out what it is you want to do and go from there.
I think that's good. There's a lot of helpful information in this, and I think ultimately the purpose of today's lesson is to show you how you can use technology to make your open houses more efficient. So gone are the days of, oh, like Ben said, I've got 20 sheets of paper, having people sign in, not being able to read people's handwriting, not just having them run off with a flyer. You can use technology to like send them a QR code to see the data of the flyer. So just a lot of good information.
So I just put up on the screen, hopefully you guys can see it on the Zoom as well, is the QR code to my appointment calendar. Essentially, this is what you would do with your marketing flyer and that kind of stuff. Just throw that QR code in, you scan it, it's going to go directly to my Calendly page where you can make an appointment with me. So you guys have that now. Scan it, save it, use it for later on. And then also, like Helen was saying, I use just the QR code throughout the property when I'm there. I put it on windows, I put it on tables, I put it on doors. This way, if they have not scanned it when they first came in, when I always have it with me, they can walk through and scan it later on as well. I just want to give every opportunity to be able to scan that QR code so that they can get that digital flyer. Well, we're going to hang out for a little bit. We got another 15 minutes here. If you guys want to stay, we can stay and you guys can chat with us. If not, you guys are free to go take some market share, get some listings, get some business out there. And if you have any questions for us, just let us know.
Hey Vince, I got one question.
Go for it.
So I do like the QR code, and kind of in retrospect of what Parm was saying with the how-to training videos, I think that would be good as far as like insight on how to do more QR codes for your business.
Yeah, sure. So what I can do is I can create some Loom videos and post them in our Facebook group. I can probably get them on our Sec Metro YouTube channel as well. It'll take only a few minutes for me to do, so I can definitely get those done for you guys, get them up there. And what I'll do is I will post about it in the Facebook group, and when I see some of you, I've seen some of your names up there, let you know that I've posted those videos up there for you guys to view. So I can go and do a few videos on how to create a QR code, how to create the specific open house jot form, the specific open house Google form, and then the specifics on, actually, I may not do the Zapier thing just because that is a little bit more intensive, and I'd rather sit down with you guys on that one specifically. Well, we'll see.
With
if
all
we-
of these people.
Yeah, we'll see if we can do another class on the how-to stuff. We'll discuss that. But yeah, thanks, Gary. I will definitely work on getting some of those simple things up so that we can get those out to everyone, and y'all can start doing it on your own.
Awesome.
Great question.
Thank you so much, Vince and Helen. You guys were fantastic and have definitely enlightened us on all the different technology that we can utilize for having successful open houses.
Thank you, Barb.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, QR codes are not intimidating to create.
I just got oriented yesterday, so a little bit overwhelmed right now. So, well, I'll get back to you.
Yeah, there's a lot, but once you have your system down, it's been following you. I think because you had your hand up
Oh, yeah.
and so then it started following